You know that weight you've been carrying around. Yeah, that one. That heavy feeling that's taken up permanent residence in your chest. Like an unwelcome house guest who just won't leave. We've all got one, or we all had one at some point. Maybe it's from a relationship that ended it badly, a dream that got crushed, or a loss that felt like it rewrote your entire world. Here's something beautiful I want you to know. Healing often happens when we're not even looking. It's like flowers growing in the night, or like how your hair grows without your feeling it happen. You don't wake up one morning and suddenly decide, today I'm going to be healed. Instead, it sneaks up on you in the most ordinary moments, in ways so subtle you almost miss it. I remember talking to a friend who went through a brutal breakup. For months, she wake up with this crushing weight on her chest, like someone was sitting on her heart. Then one random Thursday, while she was arguing with her coffee machine because it wouldn't work, she realized something. She hadn't thought about her ex in 3 days. Somewhere between the grocery runs and work meetings, between the good days and the really crappy ones, healing had quietly slipped in through the back door. The thing about healing is that it doesn't need your permission or your schedule. It's not waiting for you to give it the green light or to clear space in your calendar. It's happening right now in tiny, invisible ways. Like how a forest recovers after a wildfire. You don't see individual leaves growing back, each root system rebuilding itself underground. But one day, you look up and there's this beautiful canopy of green where there was once only ash and devastation. That's exactly how our hearts work too. While you're busy living your life, scrolling through your phone, complaining about traffic, been watching that show everyone's talking about, your soul is quietly putting itself back together. It's like having the world's most patient construction crew working the night shift, rebuilding your piece by piece while you sleep. And here's the really beautiful part. Healing doesn't follow your timeline or anyone else's. It doesn't care that your mom thinks you should be over it by now, or that your friend bounced back from something similar in half the time. Your healing process is as unique as your fingerprint, and it's going to take exactly as long as it needs to take. Some wounds heal quickly, like paper cuts. Others take their sweet time, like deep scars that need to rebuild from the inside out. Let's talk about something that trips up a lot of us. This idea that there's a right way to heal. Like there's some manual we're all supposed to follow, some checklist we need to complete before we're officially healed. But here's the truth. Healing isn't a straight path up to a mountain. It's more like wandering through a widened garden where sometimes you circle back to spots you've been before. Some days you may feel like you're moving backward. And guess what? That's totally okay too. Maybe you thought you were done crying about something, and then a song comes on the radio and boom, waterworks. Or maybe you felt strong and independent, and then you see a couple holding hands, and you're right back to missing what you used to have. That's not failure. That's just how healing works. Think of it like this. You're not going backward. You're just seeing old territory with new eyes. That pain that once felt like a tidal wave threatening to drown you, now it may just be a ripple. And one day, it'll just be a memory of water. Something that was once powerful and overwhelming, but now just a story you can tell without a voice shaking. I love how trauma therapists explain this. They say healing happens in spirals, not straight lines. You may revisit the same emotions, the same memories, but each time you're a little stronger, a little wiser, carrying a few more tools in your emotional toolkit. Each loop around the spiral gets a little wider, a little easier to navigate. Time gets a bad rap sometimes. People say time heals all wounds. Like it's some cheap greeting card sentiment. But honestly, there's real magic in what time does. It's like having the world's best therapist who never judges you, and walks around the clock. Time doesn't just make things go away, it transforms them. It takes the sharp edges of memories and rounds them into something softer. It adds context and perspective you couldn't see where you were in the thick of it. What felt like the end of the world 6 months ago may now feel like the beginning of a new chapter you never knew you needed. I think about how differently I see painful experiences from my past now. Things that once made me question everything about myself now make me grateful for how much I've grown. Situations that felt like failures now look like necessary detours that led me to better places. That's time doing its quiet, patient work, not erasing our experiences, but helping us integrate them into our story in healthier ways. So if you're in that space right now, where everything feels heavy and permanent, I want to give you permission to stop fighting so hard. You don't have to force yourself to be okay right this second. You don't have to pretend the hurt isn't there or rush to the finish line of healing because someone else thinks you should be there by now. Just keep living, keep breathing, keep doing the small, ordinary things that make up a life. Make your morning coffee the way you like. Take that walk around the block. Call that friend who makes you laugh. Watch that ridiculous reality show that brings you inexplicable joy. Let yourself exist in the in-between space where you're not fully healed yet, but you're not as broken as you were yesterday. Because here's what I know for sure. One day, maybe when you're doing something completely mundane like unloading the dishwasher or waiting for the bus, you'll realize that the thing that once felt impossible to carry has become lighter, softer, more distant. And it won't be because you conquered it or fought it into submission. It'll be because you gave yourself the incredible gift of grace. The grace to heal at your own pace, in your own way, on your own timeline. Remember, healing isn't about returning to who you were before. It's about becoming who you're meant to be after. Be patient with yourself. Trust the process. And know that every day you keep going is a day closer to feeling whole again. Until next time, be gentle with yourself. You're doing better than you think.